Leo sits on the edge of his bed. It's nighttime now, but the sheets and blankets are still neat from when he made his bed this morning. On top is a colorful comforter, decorated with pictures of dragons and wand-wielding magicians. Leo is holding a plush toy, a baby dragon that he got for his birthday. He gazes in wonder at the small dragon, with its shining green and blue scales. The scales seem to shift ever so slightly. Leo is puzzled and looks more closely, wondering if his eyes are playing tricks on him. The dragon looks like a cartoon character, with eyes that are huge compared to its body, and a big, silly, toothless grin that always makes Leo want to smile too. Leo has named his dragon Henry, and somehow the name fits. He couldn't be happier to own such a wonderful toy. So, like every night before bed, Leo gives Henry a great big hug. At just about the same time, Leo feels a change in the air. A soft light shines through his window, even though it was totally dark outside moments before. All of a sudden, a warm gust of air blows the window all the way open, and radiant light fills the room. At this moment, Leo knows he's seeing something truly magical. Patterns of light move across the walls and floor, and Leo's thoughts begin to wander with them. He closes his eyes, enjoying the warm breeze that ruffles his hair and basking in the light that has filled his room. As peacefulness washes over Leo, he feels another change take place. A gentle weight settles on his lap. He opens his eyes, and to his amazement, he sees that his dragon has come to life. Henry is now watching him with huge green eyes that sparkle with amusement. Surprised, Leo almost drops the baby dragon, who lets out a squeak of protest and a puff of smoke. "Henry?" Leo asks in disbelief. At the sound of his name, Henry flashes his toothless grin and nods his head as if to say yes, while his wings begin to unfold. They glisten in the light, the emerald green and sapphire blue scales sparkling like jewels. Henry lets out another puff of smoke and returns Leo's hug, embracing the boy with his wings. The air starts to swirl around them, lifting them up. The two hold each other as they seem to move through time and space. Leo closes his eyes until he feels the ground appear beneath his feet again. He opens his eyes to discover that they are no longer in his bedroom, but in a new place entirely. A beautiful landscape and bright sunny sky greet them, and Leo has to pinch his arm to make sure he's not dreaming. Henry lets go of Leo and gives the boy an affectionate nudge before taking to the bright blue sky. Leo looks around and realizes that he is standing atop a hill in a valley. It's surrounded on all sides by lush green rainforest and mountains that span the horizon. This is better than any vacation, any video game, or any dream that he could ever imagine. Henry soars through the clear blue expanse of sky twirling with delight. It's quite a sight to behold, and Leo stares up at him, smiling. Leo is a fan of fantasy, especially anything that has to do with dragons. And this dragon is putting on quite a show. Better than any circus performer, thinks Leo. He continues to stand there, watching in amazement and soaking in the views all around him. A rainbow arcs through the robin's egg blue sky. The sun shimmers, catching the scales of Henry's wings at just the right angle. The dragon gleams in the bright sunlight. The trees and plants and grass couldn't be greener, and the mountains tower high into the sky, while the rolling valley below extends as far as the eye can see. The trees sway in the breeze as Henry continues his dance through the air. Birds of all different sizes, shapes, and colors fly through the sky. Here and there are pillowy wisps of fluffy white clouds. The clouds' shadows dot the hilly landscape like footprints, creating a beautiful contrast. Just then, out of the corner of his eye, Leo notices a flash of green. He turns to watch as Henry flies happily towards him. The dragon's wings catch the wind to drift lazily in the air. His wingspan is surprisingly wide, making him appear much larger than he really is. He comes in for a gentle landing and then hops over to Leo, nudging him affectionately. Henry opens his wings, revealing something tucked away in their glittering folds. He uses one of his talons to delicately remove the gift and hand it to Leo. As Leo sits down and takes the gift from the dragon, he realizes what it is. It's a beautiful bundle of rainbow-hued flowers. Every color is there, varying shades of blue, green, pink, purple, yellow, and orange. Delicate petals of all different sizes and formations flutter gently in the breeze, while the green stems feel sturdy, gathered together in his hand. The colors are so vibrant. There are some shades that Leo is pretty sure he's never even seen before. Hints of rose and lilac tickle his nose, and he breathes in deeply. Leo has never been so thrilled to be holding a bouquet of flowers before, but these are special. He looks at Henry with a deep sense of gratitude, the gift in his hand meaning everything to him. Leo nods his head in thanks, and the dragon fluffs himself up with pride, satisfied by the reaction. Leo remembers that he has a piece of twine in his pocket from earlier and carefully wraps it around the flowers. He then places the bouquet upright against a nearby tree stump. And then he reaches out to scratch Henry's head, which feels scaly and cool to the touch. He marvels once again at the creature and this marvelous gift. The dragon relaxes his wings as his breathing begins to slow, and he falls asleep. As the dragon snoozes, snoring quietly, Leo can't help but take in every aspect of his new friend. He admires Henry's glittering wings, and the whip-like curl of his tail, with a sharp triangle at the end. Then he looks further away. He gazes up at the treetops and the forest that slopes up and down the mountains and through the valley. Leo notices how strange vines decorate the trees and how bright the colors are here. They must be 10 times as bright as anything he's seen before. It's the dreamiest place he's ever seen. A moment later, Henry begins to move. As he slowly stretches his wings, he lets out a big yawn. A wisp of smoke escapes through his nostrils as he awakens from his slumber. Leo catches the dragon's eye as Henry sits up a little, cocking his head as if listening to something. Then Henry looks in the direction of another hill nearby. Leo follows his gaze, but can't pick up on what Henry hears. Curious, Leo begins to walk in that direction, as the dragon takes flight once more, leading the way. Leo soon reaches the hill. The view from up here is truly breathtaking. A river winds lazily through the valley, lined on both sides by a dense foliage. There are rolling hills and mountains all around him, with the valley cloaked in shadows from the few fluffy clouds in between. As he looks closer, he lets out a tiny gasp. He's surprised to see that down the slope and a short distance across the valley is a mountain with the biggest, most glorious waterfall cascading down its side. It stretches all the way from the top of the mountain to the very bottom, straight into the depths of a small pool. He can only guess how big the waterfall is, but it must be at least as tall as a building. Henry flies over to land on Leo's shoulder. Both of them are now looking out across the green valley towards the rushing waterfall. It would make the perfect picture, and Leo wishes he had a camera with him. Instead, he takes a mental snapshot that he can carry with him forever. Henry rests his head against Leo's, and the two linger there for a few minutes, soaking it all in. After a moment of comfortable, silent appreciation for nature's beauty, Henry takes to the sky again. Leo follows, and soon the boy and his dragon are making their way down the hill, with Henry leading the way. A few birds pass overhead, and the wind whistles softly. The sun is bright, but not too hot. This place must be out of a fairy tale, thinks Leo, as a blue and purple butterfly comes to sit on his hand. Everything is perfect. After a few minutes of careful walking along a well-worn path twisting through the valley, they finally reach the spot where the river meets the waterfall. The sheets of water cascade down like blue satin threaded with silver. They stop at the edge of the waterfall, feeling the cool spray from above. Leo closes his eyes, enjoying the feel of the water on his face. It tickles, but it's a welcome feeling after walking in the sun. Leo stands there, spreading his arms out to catch as much of the spray as he can. The sun on his face, the water's caress, the wind teasing his hair, It's all perfect. The smile that grows across his face is so wide, it feels like it meets his ears. The cool mist that surrounds him feels magical. Breathing in, Leo notices the clean smells of trees and fresh water. Then he slowly walks on. Henry continues to swoop through the air, showing off as he flies past the waterfall. He stops for a moment, hovering in midair, and glances back at Leo with a mischievous look on his face. Then the little dragon glides into the shining stream of water before playfully flying back out again. Leo smiles at the dragon, giggling. After his flight, Henry comes in for a landing and waits patiently as Leo walks towards him, to the place where the waterfall crashes into the swirling pool of water. When Leo gets to the pool, he cups his hands together and reaches them into the clear water. Bringing some to his face, he takes a sip. It's delicious. Around the edge of the pool are clusters of the same flowers that Henry brought Leo at the start of their adventure. Here, they seem to grow to amazing heights and sway slightly in the breeze. As Leo admires them, he also catches glimpses of fish swimming lazily in the pool. Like the flowers, the fish come in every size, shape, and color. Leo watches flashes of red, orange, and pink flicker through the water. As much as Leo would like to stay here and explore this magical place longer, Henry seems to understand. He flies over and, just like before, gives Leo a big hug, wrapping him in his glittering wings. Once again, Leo begins to feel the wind around him swirl as a bright light fills the air. He closes his eyes as they're lifted off the ground. When he opens his eyes, he finds himself back in his bedroom, hugging his plush, stuffed dragon. Leo smiles, his heart bursting with happiness. He is so lucky, and he knows it. Leo pulls back the comforter and falls into bed, pulling his dragon close. The adventure has left him sleepy and happy beyond measure. Hugging Henry tight, Leo closes his eyes and takes a deep breath in. And then, before he knows it, he's fast asleep, the dragon by his side.